Curiosity. What are you so curious about? Everything, Mr. Curiosity.
Here we are, Mr. Curiosity podcast with the whole morning crew.
We're here.
So exciting.
And now more than ever, I have a big announcement. Nikki knows.
We're all freaked out. John and I are freaked.
I'm nervous.
You should be.
The questions we need sent to brownbag@WNEP.com. Brownbag@WNEP.com. Why don't one of you pick the first question here? Just go ahead.
Okay.
Are there no questions?
Show the dear viewers.
It's empty.
What about the replacement, the big bag of extra questions? Where are they?
Did they all get thrown out?
What
No way.
happened?
The cleaning crew. This happened once like 2 years ago.
No.
Maybe there's a new cleaning person and they see this thing and they see crumbled up questions and they think, oh, it's
a
garbage.
can.
And they threw it away.
Oh my
The
god.
garbage bag full of backup questions, there had to be 50 of them, thrown away.
They're all gone.
What the heck? Do we need to take live phone calls? Is that what we need to do?
Did you come up with a plan of what we're going to do instead?
I got a backup plan.
I figured you would.
And the great Bonnie, so over the last week or two, we've been getting new questions, and
Okay.
I don't have anywhere to put them, so I just had them stored in the back. And I guess now this is going to be a total reboot. So we appreciate all the great questions we've had in the past.
gosh.
So if you sent something in, resend it because we don't have it. But we do have newer ones,
Did you-
Bonnie.
So you've known this for a
Did
week?
you just find this out just now?
Just found it out an hour ago.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, so this is all new. Now Bonnie
Oh my
is
gosh.
here, and she's going to help crumble them all up.
You know, Bonnie saves the day all the time.
Thanks, Bonnie.
Bonnie, you
all the
want to say
time.
hi to who out there?
Hi, Judy.
All right, so let's start.
This
Crumble
was a
them up
major
and get
announcement.
them in there.
There's a
So-
lot of questions.
Yeah.
And let's in defense of the cleaning crew, in a normal workplace, when you see a bag full of crumpled up plate paper, what do you do with it?
You throw it
You
away.
throw it
Crumble
away.
while you're talking.
Here's the other
Crumble while you're
question.
talking,
But
John.
here's the thing. We're not a normal workplace.
We are not.
As we have come to learn.
Well, and why isn't the cleaning crew watching? They
Yeah,
should
they
know.
should. They
Oh,
should be
but
watching.
they're busy.
They're
But-
busy cleaning.
All right, so why
cleaning
doesn't
will
someone
do well.
start answering while we crumble
While we
these
crumple.
up and put them in there?
Nikki,
But-
why don't you pick one?
So these are all like in the last week or two.
So
and
they're
maybe
up to date.
You know how sometimes I'm telling you the old line is crisis equals opportunity. Maybe we needed
We needed to purge.
It was time for a purge.
Maybe I
Yeah.
mean this is the universe saying, you know what? Start all fresh. Start new.
Well, I picked a question I think a week or two ago that was about Christmas. So
Yeah.
maybe it was time.
It's like when your boyfriend or girlfriend break up with you and you think it's the end of the world, and then
it's
after
actually-
weeks and months pass, you're like, I'm so glad that happened.
Yeah.
I got a refresh, I got new this, new that,
Good point.
and it's all good.
But
so
you
this
should wait 3 months until you try to date somebody else.
doesn't apply to Brown Bag.
Oh, okay.
No.
Get your
All right.
questions in, brownbag@WNEP.com. We need a new batch.
I
Nikki's
thought we
going
were just
first.
going to have to talk to each other for a half.
Sounds like I don't want to do that.
I don't want to do that.
All right. Josh says, hey guys, love the show and all that you do. Curious as to what happened to Eugene and the radar Luperoni. German
Ooh.
native here living in Center County now. Thanks.
So who knows the whole Eugene thing? That goes way back.
That goes way back.
Yeah.
Is that before you, Mindy?
It was sort of like
Dying
Eugene
out?
it was dying out when I got here.
That's 3 computer systems ago. So I used to have on my weather maps, you guys now know how I put weird things in the weather maps.
Of course,
Today it was a
yes.
bird, a vacuum cleaner, tires. You manage it, I'll get it on the weather map. But when I started here and into the early 2000s, we had a computer system that wouldn't allow imported graphics. So I had to draw my own on there. So I used to draw a little stick figure, and I used to call him Eugene. And he used to represent all the things that I now put, vacuum cleaners and car tires and birds. So he was, I guess, out-teched by the new technology and the newer computers. That's what happened to Eugene.
What about the Luperoni?
The Luperoni, remember I used to say the radar Luperoni?
Yeah.
I don't know, I guess I just stopped saying it. Yeah, every
You
time
should
I would
start saying it again.
Every time I would show the radar, I'd say, let's take a look at the radar Luperoni.
I hadn't heard that in years, but
I know.
yeah, that was a nice touch.
I guess
and
it's just like-
Eugene was here when I first started.
He was?
So that was 23 years ago.
Yeah.
Get out.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, new computer system, new graphics, and I guess Just like any phrase you use, it becomes old, and I didn't say Luperoni anymore. Let's bring it back. Luperoni, baby.
Every so often, you have a stick figure that you'll draw on.
Right.
I tried it,
the
yeah.
map.
A little
Right.
But we haven't
flashback.
said Eugene in a while.
Yeah.
And by the way, I used to draw that stick figure, and once I had him holding an axe,
Uh-huh.
and there's a Pink Floyd song called Careful with That Axe, Eugene. And that's where Eugene got his name,
Really?
after a Pink Floyd lyric. It's either a lyric
Interesting.
or a album cover title
Huh.
called
Huh.
Careful with That Axe,
Interesting.
Eugene. That's why he was called Eugene, the stick figure.
See, look at this. It's like almost a full bag
Yeah, but don't
again.
go too quick with those questions, John. Slow down. We only have 3/4 of a bucket. We need questions from you. The cleaning crew threw them all away.
That is so funny.
That is funny.
All right, this
John's
one's
nervous.
from Mindy.
Here you go.
I'm not nervous.
okay.
From Mindy.
I'm
from
just
Mindy?
prepared for what I'm going to have to tell everyone watching. I watch you guys every morning without fail, and I would like to know if any of you have cats. You only talk about dogs. Just in advance, you can call Talkback at 1-800-228.
Why? Because this is one of my trigger points.
Yes.
If we bring up cats, Joe says something about cats, and there's certain cat people that I think watch every second of the morning show.
They do.
And the moment that he says something about cats, they're
They
emailing the
email.
station.
Yep.
Because cat people are easily annoyed for some reason. They're
You
very
think-
defensive.
Wait. Are you going to say something about not only bad about cats, but also about the people who own them?
They seem to be very defensive. Like they can't take a joke.
Okay.
Like if I make fun of cats, they come out in droves against me.
The emails are being written.
right
Yeah,
now.
why,
As
so
we
why are you
speak.
cat people so sensitive?
The talkback line is ringing.
Yeah, you can make fun of me, I don't care.
1-800-228-WNEP.
You can make fun of me, my dog, my family, I don't care.
So
Just don't make fun of a
So
cat,
to
they flip
answer
out.
the question, none of us have cats.
We don't have cats.
Two birds.
Did you ever have a cat?
No, I grew up allergic. My boyfriend has a cat though, and I'm not allergic to that one though. So who
Oh,
knows?
so tell us about your boyfriend's cat. What's its name, and do you like it?
The name is Miss Kitty,
Miss
and
Kitty.
he
Aw.
found her in a barn.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And she doesn't really like Dutch.
Oh, she doesn't like dogs.
Of course
No.
not, because cats aren't social. They don't
She-
like other things.
I think she doesn't know what he
Come on,
is
cat
because he
people.
looks like an alien.
Look at John's getting all mad.
Does she like you?
Yeah, she likes me.
Okay. Do you
Yeah.
like her?
Yeah, I mean,
That was a
she's-
tough question.
She's fine.
Let me guess, you take her for walks, you wrestle her, you play with her, you go out in the yard, you throw the ball, you interact, she runs to you when you come home, you go for walks.
That's
you
not
do
what cats do.
Oh.
The thing
well, then
is,
what good
though-
are they?
Oh boy.
But the thing is, I've noticed with cats and me over the years, since I am not necessarily a cat person, they always like go between my like feet, and
Oh, they're trying to warm up to
try
you?
to warm up to me. They try to sit on my lap. His cat does. Darren's always like, she loves you. I think it's because they know that I'm not a cat person.
Could be.
I do
No,
think the cats
because-
know.
Yeah.
No, because you guys know my theory. That's one of the reasons I don't like cats, because there has been cats in my family. My son has a cat. My daughter used to have a cat that lived with us. And I try to be friendly, and they would all run from me. Cats don't want my love. That's one of my vibes that brings me to the cat. I don't want to say hatred. I respect them. I love cats, but I just don't want them around me. Like a snake or a horse.
Maybe I should pick a
You
question.
better pick another question.
Well, tell me that, John.
The
Why-
amount of emails that are coming in right now.
John,
So
why?
bad.
I try to love the cats.
try.
And they run from me.
Maybe
Why is it?
because
What's
they
your theory?
don't want to wrestle and belly rubs and get tackled. Just a guess.
They don't.
They don't want to go for a hike.
So, Russell from Tower City sending us a very deep question.
Oh, deep. Here
You're
we go.
really going
We're
to have
ready.
to
This
put
is
on your
deep.
thinking caps for this one.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Does soap get dirty?
We've all dropped soap in dirt, haven't you? Or in a part of your sink, and things stick to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it can get dirty in a way.
So I know the chemistry of soap. It's what you call. It has a hydrophobic and a hydrophilic end. These molecules double up. So soap molecules. Let's say there's a piece of dirt. They're attracted to it like this, so they isolate it and pull it apart. That's how soap cleans things. So soap itself can get dirty, but what do you mean by dirty?
Didn't they used to make soap out of ashes and stuff like that from
Oh yeah.
like
Here's
back
a
in
little
the day?
spin on
Fire
it.
ash.
So I remember being in high school and playing in basketball, and we'd be, at basketball games and stuff like that, and you'd take a shower in the locker room, and if there was just a bar of soap that was left from someone before,
Right.
would you use it? The random bar of soap
Oh.
that you have no idea who used that soap before.
You don't know where it's been.
But this goes along with, can soap get dirty? It's soap. It's cleaning whatever it's doing. Would you use the random bar of soap left in the locker room shower?
No.
I don't think I would.
I've done it.
Yeah, that doesn't bother me. And I think what they're
Really?
getting at, soap really does rip molecules apart, including bacteria. So soap is pretty clean.
Okay.
It does have a property where, like I said, the hydrophobic and the hydrophilic end surround many polar molecules and rip them apart. And that's why soap cleans things.
But I remember that
But
there'd
you-
be some guys that'd be like, I'm not using some other guy's soap.
Well, I get that.
But you
But
would.
soap could have things on it that you would call dirty. But when you lather it, it's going to
It's-
repel bacteria and dirt.
Yes.
So it can be dirty,
So
but
you
then
lather it first before you put it on
Yeah.
your body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You still wouldn't use it, would you?
I didn't
No.
want it. Yeah.
You wouldn't use it?
It
No.
kind of grosses me out, especially in a high school locker room. Ew.
Yeah.
Ew. A boys' locker room.
John, I bet you've done this and the girls have never. Have you ever washed your entire body, including hair, with just soap?
Yes.
Ladies?
Yeah.
With a bar of soap?
Never.
Yeah.
Never.
See,
No.
that's just it.
No.
I do that
Done it.
quite often. There's
I
no
don't do it often, but if I don't have shampoo,
That's me. If the shampoo is
runs
in another
out,
place in the house, I'm not going
I'll
to
just
run
use a
out
bar
of
of
the
soap.
shower and get it. I'm just going to use soap everywhere.
yeah.
Even
Nope.
when I brush my teeth with soap.
Haven't done that.
Yum.
I haven't done that.
No.
I'm kidding. But I'm just saying, soap is great.
All right, it's your turn,
See,
Milo.
we spun that
And
into
it's-
a
We
did.
conversation.
We did.
Chemistry. Is the do-over, the reboot working here? I don't know.
I think
I think
it
it's
is.
working.
Yeah.
Newer
Yeah.
questions?
Yeah.
All right, this one is from Mark Kakinda, and he says, this is a question for John.
Oh.
I haven't seen it yet. Let's
Okay.
hope. Here's the... John,
Yes,
Rennie always dresses so nice.
she does.
Yep. But never seems to wear the same clothes.
Oh.
Does she donate them after she wears them?
No.
Maybe
But
that's
she-
why you get so many Amazon packages.
I'm wondering if the end of that question is judgy, meaning she has so many
She has so many clothes?
How dare she? She better donate them. Is there a judgment at the end of that?
It sounds a little judgy. She has quite a bit of dresses and all that
Okay.
kind of stuff. She's gotten a lot of them from friends and from other people and things like that to kind of add to the wardrobe. But I do remember when she first became a Monday through Friday anchor, she had to
Yeah,
build a wardrobe pretty quickly.
you have to build up.
Because there's a reality that we've all come to learn about news anchoring. I think we've talked about it in the podcast before. I could wear the same exact suit
And
every day and no
you're
one would
right.
notice. If Mindy wore the same dress twice in a month, someone
People
would point it
notice.
out
Yep.
that, Mindy, you wore that
Yeah, you
2
girls
weeks
are
ago.
under a lot
What
of
are you doing?
pressure.
We're under a lot of stress.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but
So does she?
she does not have, I think she repeats outfits. But
She
What's the
tries to
cycle?
space them
I don't
out.
know what the cycle is. I don't know if there's a system. Do you have a system to make
Not
sure you
really.
don't duplicate?
No, not really. I should
Do you
have
do
a
this to
system.
make sure you don't
and I
rewear?
should, but I don't.
I don't even think about it.
I think it's a close to a 10-day cycle is okay for me.
Okay.
Yeah. Like if you wear something on a Monday, you're not going to wear it the next Monday, but maybe even 2-week cycle.
Yeah, 2
I've
weeks is
definitely
probably
worn
good.
the same suit twice in a week.
Twice in a week.
Yeah.
Oh, see, it's all
I've
coming out
definitely
here.
done that.
But if you wear something Monday through Friday this week, you better not wear it that next week. But the following week, I think it's okay.
So.
But not for the female news anchors.
What their cycle is larger?
I think you're more
Could
on
be.
a longer cycle.
I actually this sweater I wore it yesterday too.
Whoa! What a
But that doesn't-
low-life loser.
I don't
Wow.
think that counts because it's just like a
It's an
sweater.
Oh, if it's just a
sweater,
It's
yeah.
just
sweater?
a sweater that covers, just covers. I'm actually.
And I wouldn't have known, actually.
Did you wear it
No,
on the
you
news
shouldn't have
yesterday
said
too?
it.
I think I did wear it on the news, and that just made me think of it when I'm thinking like, wow,
2 days in a
2
row,
days
Nikki?
in a row the same
I would have
shirt.
never, no one was going to
But
notice.
somebody
I'm-
would probably notice.
But
I'm
you were wearing a
embarrassed for her.
cute green shirt underneath.
I was
so-
wearing a green shirt underneath it
Yeah.
yesterday, but it's warm and I was
Yeah.
cold, so I put it on.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, because it was sitting out this morning, I'm thinking, why? I wore this yesterday.
I think it's a disgrace.
It's a disgrace, and you're an embarrassment.
No,
to
I
all
think
of us.
it's
think
wonderful.
so.
I think it's wonderful because you want to be comfortable and you look professional, so that's all that matters.
But let's look deeper at this. What does that even mean when you can't wear something? Because you can wash it and wear it every
Right,
other day.
right.
Like, it doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense.
No,
None
it
of these
makes no
things
sense.
make
It doesn't
sense.
make sense.
No,
Or how about this? Winter gloves. How many times do you wash them?
not usually.
Not
I'd say
No.
sometimes never in your whole life. They're on your hands sometimes every day, but you don't wash them.
Good point.
How about a winter jacket or a winter sweater?
You go the whole season without wearing.
When you
washing
wear a
it.
sweater, you don't wash it, do you? A lot of times you take it off and you put it back.
Sometimes, yeah.
So why do we wash shirts and say you can't wear it, for 2 weeks, but yet jackets, gloves you wear repeatedly, no one, these are all,
We just don't make sense.
we don't.
No.
human constructs.
Lots of rules that
There's
don't make much sense.
There's no rules at all.
Mindy, maybe you should rebel and wear the same dress.
I should. I'm going to wear the same dress for a whole week
It would
and
be a
see
great
what
bit.
happens.
It would be a
see
great
what
bit.
people
Yes.
say.
You do that, and then I'll talk negatively about cats every day, and we'll see who gets
We'll
more
see
hate
who gets more hate mail. Yeah, that's a good idea.
mail. See who notices.
Okay. So Jim from East Stroudsburg, question for the crew. Joe, are you really a Godzilla fan? Crew, what genre of movies do you like?
Oh, so yeah, I guess because we show that image from Susquehanna County every day with Page Lake, you think I'm a huge Godzilla fan.
I could see
When
why
I was a
people would think
kid,
that.
I loved watching the Godzilla movies, truly did. I love the song Godzilla by Blue Oyster Cult. It's like a thing for anyone who grew up in the 60s, 70s, even 80s. I have seen all the newer Godzilla movies, including the Matthew Broderick one, which no one likes, and I love.
You loved it.
I love
Oh.
that one, yeah. But am I a Godzilla nut? No. I don't have collectibles at home or anything like that, but I love Godzilla, yeah. I think it's an awesome monster franchise. You guys big Godzilla people or no?
Not really.
No.
Not
really.
Oh,
No.
oh, so I am unique with that.
Yeah. Well, you're not unique out with the public.
No,
just
but
with
I
us.
thought everyone liked Godzilla.
Yeah.
He's got an attitude, or she. Pick up the subway, throws it down.
I never really watched the movies.
Yeah.
We
Are
still
you a-
can't believe you haven't watched Rocky, so don't
Are
look
you
at
a
me.
Hurt Locker person?
No, I didn't see Hurt Locker either.
So my favorite genre to answer that question is sci-fi, and I love sci-fi monster movies. But they
Okay.
can't be gory, and they have to be realistic, if that makes any sense.
Okay. Interesting.
What's your
Like the aliens.
genre?
Excellent.
I think documentaries and drama.
Action flicks.
Well, action are the best too. Action, way to go. And Mindy is definitely, she likes fried green tomatoes, the Hurt Locker.
I did like fried green tomatoes. That was good. But in general, I don't really like romance movies or what.
Oh.
But I like post-apocalyptic. I like sci-fi, and I like action thriller types a lot. So yeah.
You know what you mentioned with the post-apocalyptic? I like those too, but for some reason, I hate anything with zombies in it.
Oh, see, I love zombies.
Oh, do
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not into zombies.
I
Not
love
into
zombies.
zombies.
Not at all.
Just stop and die already, and then they
No,
can
but
do
they're
everything.
so scary though. They
They're
come
not.
at
it's
you.
the same thing every
They
time. It's a
could bite
guy
you.
in a ripped jacket walking with the no, I hate
What if they
zombies.
scratch you and you become a
Nah,
zombie?
I'm not into it
Anything
either.
I'm
with
not into
zombies
it either.
is stupid.
It freaks me out. I love it.
Are we back to me?
Yeah.
John,
I like
how many are
horror
left? Go
movies,
slow,
too.
buddy.
There's still
yeah.
pretty many in there. What
Yeah.
did you say?
War-
I said I like horror
Yeah,
movies
so let's
too.
not forget
Oh,
horror. or
I don't like horror movies
and
at
I
all.
like war movies
War
too.
movies are great too.
I
Yeah.
love war movies. Horror, not at all.
Oh, I
I'm not a
love
horror
horror.
guy at all either.
Yeah, I love horror. But if you think about it, a war movie is kind of horrific.
I know, but it's got
You know?
for me. Movie has to be.
We both liked that Brad Pitt tank movie, right?
Tank was awesome.
That
Oh,
was
I
good.
wanna see that.
That was good.
That's really good?
Surprisingly, you would think if it's most of it's set in a tank, it wouldn't be good, but it was good. Yeah.
Any tank fans out there? T-34. It's a Russian movie. One of my top 10 of all time.
It's good.
It's awesome.
All right. This is from the Feisty Goat of Hazelton.
The Feisty Goat.
Oh, we've
Yeah.
had the feisty
Leo.
goat before.
Did we have him before?
Yeah.
Leo's back.
Name a band that is overrated.
Wow.
Interesting.
A band or an artist?
It
Does
just
it have
says
to be a
band.
band?
But we could say artist, right?
Yeah, I mean, artists
Wow.
came to
Now
my
see,
mind.
the cat thing is going to tick a
So
lot of
did
people
we all
off.
think of the same thing? Oh, maybe Nikki didn't. Did
I know what
I
you're
have
gonna
a
say.
list.
Did the three of us think of the same?
I mean, there's a certain someone that came to my mind
yeah,
instantly.
same. Yeah.
What?
Oh, yeah.
TS?
Yeah, of course. But we can't
But
say
the
that
T-
because Nikki
the Taylor Swift people are like the cat people. They're easily offended.
1-800-228-WNEP.
But Nikki likes Taylor Swift, so we can't say that. So we
You
have
can
to
say
be good.
whatever you want.
In my
okay.
genre,
All right.
because I'm a dad rocker, Metallica overrated.
Oh, I liked Metallica.
Really?
I
To
did.
me, here's Metallica. Every
No, but
side
I
is
liked
just-
them.
I don't get
I
them
don't
at
as much
all.
anymore, but I did when I
You
was a
probably
teenager.
had a lot of
Isn't that
teenage
something-
angst.
Yeah, I don't
I think
get
it was
It's
right
just
at the
angst.
teenage angst side.
Oh, maybe.
time.
Yeah. There's no upbeat positivity with it. It's just
No, there was no positivity.
Maybe that. Oh,
Yeah.
No. Oh, no. Mindy, come on. It's your turn.
I know, I'm trying to think.
Everything's okay with Mindy. She loves everything.
Everybody's
It's
nice.
gonna be hard
I
for her,
think
but
as
she's
far
gonna-
as my like genre and my growing up stage, I think I thought that Red Hot Chili Peppers were overrated.
Oh.
I didn't think
I
they
kind
were
of
that-
like
I don't have a
They're
problem with that.
okay, but
They're
I just
okay, but
they were too like people just loved them. I'm like they're not that great.
oh, get it out, baby. Get it out.
I think Billie Eilish or whatever her name is.
Oh, Billie Eilish,
Yeah.
Billie Eilish.
I think she's
is
really
a-
good.
Yeah.
She's really good.
I
She
can do an
annoys
impersonation
me.
of her right now.
Oh, here we go.
It's time
Yes, exactly.
for the next question.
Yeah.
I'm brown bag.
I don't get it.
Who's gonna?
I can kind of see what you're saying there.
Not a
Who's
fan.
gonna pick the next question?
You think she needs more energy?
Oh.
I do love the whole that goes along with this, that everyone thinks Nickelback is overrated, yet they've sold a ridiculous amount of albums,
Oh, yeah.
and their concerts are always full.
I know.
True.
And that,
Yeah, but something popular isn't necessarily good. You
No,
can't-
Right.
I know. It's
Yeah.
funny how something can be popular and lots of people listen, but that doesn't mean they're good.
No, like
That's
cats.
true.
It can be popular, but not good.
You got to stop going with that.
I'm picking at the cat people. I'm just trying to poke it in.
He's once he gets his email, he's going to be like, "I wish I wouldn't have said anything."
It's not him that's going to get the email. It's all of our managers.
That's
Yeah.
true. That is true. Oh wait, that's the same one.
Oh.
Remember, it's not that I don't like cats. I just don't want them near me.
Well, I
I
don't
think
know.
they're great creatures.
There's his disclaimer.
They're
Yeah.
awesome creatures. But they have
Alright.
nothing to provide me with.
Oh, this is kind of a good one. This is from Rob.
Big Robbie or Little Robbie?
I don't know, Rob from Glen Lyon.
Hi, Rob.
Here we go, Rob.
What is your favorite dad joke and why?
Wait.
You know what though? I do have a little bone to pick with this because I feel like it can be a mom joke. Because I come up with really good mom jokes.
I wonder if there's a search. Let
that
me search
people
that.
like-
Is that a thing? Is there mom jokes?
I don't know, but I'm offended that they always have to be dad
You're right.
jokes
I'm gonna
because
check.
I am really funny too, and they don't have to be dad jokes.
Good
but
point.
That is what people call them. So
I
Oh,
don't
do you think
know.
mom jokes are different than dad jokes? Dad jokes are by definition like corny and simplistic.
but
Yeah.
I come up with corny and simplistic jokes that are hilarious.
You do.
Yeah.
Well,
so
give us one now. It says, what's your favorite?
I can't
I'm
think
gonna
of
give you
anything.
mine.
I can't think of one off the top of my head.
Are there mom jokes? We're doing a search for AI. And the answer is yes, mom jokes exist, typically focusing on sarcastic, observational humor regarding the chaos of parenting, coffee needs, and the endless search for lost items.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Where dad jokes are more pun oriented. My favorite one is, although this doesn't come off if you're listening to it, you have to see it. My impression. I think this is the funniest joke ever in the history of mankind.
Oh dear, I know what you're gonna do.
Is it sound good?
It's fine.
Go ahead.
My impression of the first man to land on the sun. Ooh, 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 ah, 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 ooh, ooh, ooh.
It's not that funny. I mean,
God.
it's
It's good.
okay.
It's
That's
really
a
good.
dad joke.
Okay.
What
Nikki,
kind-
you can't land on the sun. It's a cauldron of fusion energy and thermonuclear explosions. There's no landing there, but that would be the first man on the sun. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ah.
Do you have any dad jokes, Nikki?
What kind of cheese isn't yours?
There we go. This
That cheese isn't yours.
What, Nikki?
Nacho cheese.
Ooh, I see. I like that one. But
I
those
guess
are the
that's
kind
John.
of
I guess
things.
that's a
think of
mom.
one.
I guess
I
that's
can't
a
even
mom
think of
joke.
one.
I know. I'll think of one later.
I know.
Yeah.
The ones I'm thinking of are not appropriate, except for my first man on the sun.
Those are probably not dad jokes. Then go ahead and pick one from the brown bag.
No? You don't think?
No.
You really
no.
don't like the first man on the sun?
I think it's funny.
I mean, I've just seen it too many times. I think.
It's a visual. You have to see me hopping around. All right, Chris Smith wants to know, is there a food or drink that has been discontinued that you miss the most? Chris from 40 Fort. Did we touch on this last week?
We touched
we?
on stores.
Stores.
so now
And we
a
touched on
food
beer.
Yeah, because
or
we talked about the
drink.
Ameses.
Food or drink that has been discontinued that you miss the most. There used to be a cereal called Kaboom with the big clown on it.
Oh yeah.
Remember that? I
Yeah.
miss Kaboom, the
Okay.
clown cereal.
Do you eat cereal?
Yeah, I
I
like
didn't know
cereal.
that.
I'm a cereal guy. Potato chips? Is there a certain give me something?
Remember that Pepsi Clear?
Yeah.
I don't really
Did you
miss
like
it, but no, it was kind of weird. But I was just thinking about that the other day. They had that. It was Pepsi, but it was clear.
They made it
also-
a huge deal, but then it was.
Yeah.
awful.
What
What
Mindy's
about
got one.
what about Zima?
Zima was
Yeah.
Zima was
big, and
great.
then that
I
went
loved
away.
it.
Wait,
You
Zima's done?
Oh yeah.
Well, they
Dude,
brought it back.
Where have you
but
been
then
living?
it was done again.
Did you
I
put
didn't
Jolly
know-
Ranchers in it?
No, I put a wedge of lime.
Because some
so
people would
good.
put a Jolly Ranchers
Yeah.
in Zima.
That
I
would be
didn't
good.
know
I didn't
Zima.
like Zima though.
Yeah, I liked it. It was
I didn't
good.
know Zima's gone.
It's
Do they
gone.
still have? You don't see it very often, but my favorite candy bar was a whatchamacallit. Do they
those
still sell them?
are good.
Oh, I don't know.
I think they might.
Because I hardly ever see them. Like
And that was highly underrated.
I love the whatchamacallit.
Yeah, they are so good.
But I don't see like when the kids have their Halloween candy. I never see a whatchamacallit that I can
Yeah.
steal.
No, I agree.
There you go, folks.
don't
Now,
know.
here's the problem, everyone, before we end this. Look,
The cleaning crew.
we're down to half a bag. We had 3, 4, 5 times this amount, and the cleaning people threw them all away. Replenish our supply.
You need to hide them.
Don't force it. They have to be honest questions, something you're pondering, you're thinking, something that you need us to answer. Science questions, WNEP questions, personal questions, embarrassing questions.
Especially
Brown bag-
embarrassing.
Especially embarrassing. Brownbag@WNEP.com. Get the questions in. Brownbag@WNEP.com.
It all depends on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See you
Otherwise,
later.
we're just 4 idiots here sitting in a podcast
I thought we were just
studio.
gonna have to talk to each other.
that would have been a
saved the
long
day.
half hour.
I
Thank
always-
goodness.
I tell my kids, always have a backup to the backup.